Hey guys, I'm really excited to start this journey with you, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride. I'm going to show you step by step how I create this thing, and kind of this first video is me sharing with you the different contact, like kind of like where and why I'm creating this, because I am so frustrated and I'm so actually disappointed. And this is the journey of creating a token to support small business owners in the USA. And right now, my business, which is a health and wellness company where we support families and bringing more harmony to their home through different nutraceutical products. And our flagship product is specifically designed for kids' health and wellness. After dealing with my own trials and tribulations of raising my kids and having health issues with them, I was able to heal them with this product and then launch it to the world. And we did really, really good stuff, and families love us. The product is so good. It's so high quality. It actually delivers results in such a short amount of time. And unfortunately, the business is at a standstill right now due to all of the loans and um, the strict loans that we have on the company. Those loans being merchant cash advances or revenue-based financing. And it's really disheartening. And I thought I was kind of like the only person going through this. So when I started reaching out and asking my network for help, I didn't realize how many other people are stuck with these high interest rate, really aggressive loans, literally sabotaging their business. And it's sort of like a new housing bubble where all of these businesses that were good, kind of got themselves into a little situation. And unfortunately, for me, I'll speak for myself, we were a startup. We've only been around for a little over a year. So all traditional banks would not lend to us. So we were stuck with raising friends and family around, which is going to our friends and holding out our hat and putting money in the pot, which we ended up doing. But then beyond that, it's like, how do we grow and scale this business? How do we buy inventory? How do we pay for our marketing materials? Like, those are two of the biggest expenses. And unfortunately, the place that the US economy is left right now for these small businesses and startups are these, frankly, predatory loans. And what has transpired is I'm working with them, trying to work with them to refinance these or redo the terms, and they just get more and more aggressive with their paybacks. They'll reach into your bank account, they'll shut down your payment processors. It is actually a nightmare, especially if you're only selling on one channel, which unfortunately we are right now. So let me just give you some context. Like, Clearco is one of these. They do flexible financing. They invested $3 billion into the US economy, but you know what? Out of all of these success stories, I bet you 8 out of 10 of them are effing nightmares. I bet you that most companies that they fund end up going under. 8fit is another one that we are experiencing. Now, unfortunately, they're so easy to get. You just plug in your Shopify data or your Amazon data or things like that, and they run a little calculation and say, oh, well, you're making this much money a month. Top line, here's how much we can give you if you pay us weekly. And it looks good at a glance, but they actually don't go over what that means to your cash flow. And let me show you how this breaks out. So, for example, if you have daily revenue of $1,000 a day, right? Like, let's say you're clearing $1,000 a day. 25% of that is your product that you're selling. 60% of that is your marketing dollars. So you're spending $600 a day and you're getting $1,000 out, right? But then you have product costs that go into it, so you have to factor that in. And eventually, your total expenses, this $250 plus $650, is $850. At the end of the day, you're left with $150. Now, let me just show you how this looks. Now, most companies early, if you're in growth mode, you're probably in the 1.7 range. Maybe you're in the 2 ROAS range. Hell, there might be companies out there who are like, oh, you guys just aren't really good at marketing, this and that. I'm just talking about general people, right? Like, this is essentially the norm. So let's say you're at 60%, which is 1.67 ROAS. Well, Shopify takes 17% of your daily sales. So if we put in 17% of your daily sales, oh, well, there goes all my cash. Now, actually, every day, I owe $20 on top of it. I'm not making any profit. Okay, so maybe I can squeeze out a higher ROAS here and go and get a 2x ROAS. Well, now I'm only making $80 a day. And this is before you have a team. This is before you hire anyone. This is before you have a chargeback. This is before you have a return, a disappointed customer. This is before you're paying yourself. This just shows how one MCA, and here's the thing, most people don't have one MCA. They have multiple because they only give you just enough to get a sip of air, and then you fund the business. The payback is so quick, and you're like, oh crap, I need more money. This wasn't enough to sustain me in long-term future growth, but it's the only thing that I have available to me. So let's say you took Shopify at 70% of your daily sales, and let's say you want to go with a Clearco on top of it. Okay, Clearco will lend to you right on top of this, and they'll give you, $3,000 a week in payback, which is like $400 a day. So let's add $400 a day to that. Well, now you're at $320 in the negative every day. And you're just using this capital and this capital to fund product and marketing, but it's not enough to get out of the vicious cycle. And what we are looking to do with For the People is is to give people a bridge, to give small businesses, startups a bridge so that they can extend these MCAs, get rid of them, get them off of their collections, extend these loans for 3 to 5 years. And what I want to do on the crypto side is I want to offer staking rewards for anyone who stakes 8 to 20%. And the longer you stake, the longer you get a percentage. Now, why am I doing this? Because here's what I know. I know the crypto market, they're looking for yield. There is untapped yield here, and I intend to solve that. Here's also what I know. I know that business owners need support right now. Everyone, after being in this situation, I got such a good company. We are doing such positive things in the world. I'm not doing it because, I'm looking to just make money. I'm doing it because there's actually a mission behind it. And the benefit is because I provide so much value, yes, I do make money, but that's not why I do it. But the more amounts of people that I speak to and business owners and entrepreneurs that I speak to that are in this situation, like they actually need help and support. So I want to help them with giving them a bridge to get these predatory loans off of their business, extend the runway a little bit, give them 3 to 5 years to pay it back, right? Which is a short amount of time in the world. It's like a medium amount of time. And here's the thing, we're going to beat them at their own game. So Clearco, quote unquote, and Shopify Capital and 8Fig, these are not loans, right? They will not say we offer you loans. They purchase your future revenue from you at a specific calculation rate, right? So it's actually not regulated by the SEC. Interesting. So we could use crypto staking pools to pool a foundation that then supports business owners and still not be regulated by the SEC. This is really interesting now. Okay, so now what I want to do is look at the hypothesis. The hypothesis is, okay, I want to focus on total value locked. That's great. How do I do that? Well, we offer amazing yield for people who are staking. Great. I also know that I can't over leverage what we create. So there will be a solid amount in reserves for liquidity so that we don't fall into the same position that got us into these MCA loans to begin with. So we actually are going to be very prudent. And just to finish this up with some context here, if you type in like, are MCAs or purchasing of future receivables regulated by the SEC? Well, they're generally not regulated by the SEC because they're not loans. Great. They're sale of future receivables. And there's some stipulations at a state level that you need to do. You need to follow state laws, and that would be determined at the foundation level, not at the crypto level. So how I'm thinking about this is we support businesses, and in the beginning, we're going to support D2C e-commerce companies because they're the easiest to sync up to with payment processors. They're the easiest to sync up to with Amazon and multi-channel, and we can kind of model a little bit easier than say like a retail outlet or some truck drivers or something like that. Like there's more data that we can use AI for. We use crypto to pool the funds and stake the funds, and then we use the foundation to then purchase or sell future receivables back to us. That is the structure that I have here, and this is day one of creating this. And thank you so much for being along for the ride. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to be using AI and chat and Claude to build out all of these, as well as ask for support. So thanks, everyone. Welcome to the mission. Bye.